Welcome to our online class. I am Muhammad Hafizur Rahman Hafiz, lecturer of English, Daulatpur College. Dear learners, how are you? I think you are fine. I am also fine. Today I would like to take a class of honors first year's reading skills. Now I would like to discuss about voice. At first, we have to know what is called voice. Voice is the form of a verb which indicates whether the subject does the work or something has been done to it. Voice is the form of a verb which indicates whether the subject does the work or something has been done to it. It's called voice. There are three kinds of voices: active voice, passive voice, and quasi-passive voice. Now, in this point, we have to know what is called active voice. When the subject is doer or actor in a sentence, is called active voice. It is so because the subject is active. That's why it is called active voice. And in the case of passive voice, we can say that when the subject is acted upon or something has been done to it. In the case of passive voice, we have to say that when the subject is acted upon or something has been done to it is called passive voice. Now, I would like to discuss how an active voice can be changed into passive voice. If we can change an active voice into passive voice, we have to think that in this sentence, of course, it has to have an object. So, we have to know what is called object. If you ask a verb with whom or what, if you ask a verb with whom or what, the answer you get is called object. There are two types of object: direct object and indirect objects. There are some verbs with two objects. Either object is used or can be used as subject in the passive voice, and the other object is retained as object. So this type of object is called retained object. There are some verbs with two objects. There are some verbs with two objects. Either objects can be used as subject in the passive voice, and the other object is retained as retained object. So now I will change an active voice into passive. Shumon plays football. Number one, the object of the verb in active voice becomes the subject of the verb in the passive voice. Number one, the object of the verb in active voice becomes the subject of the verb in passive voice. In this sentence, what is object? If you ask a verb with whom or what, the answer you get is called object. In this case, Shuman plays football. What does Shuman play? What does Shuman play? The answer we get football. So we have to use here football. Number 2, to be verb will be taken from the next tense. To be verb will be taken from the next tense. In this case, the sentence is from present indefinite tense. Of course, no doubt here we have to take the to be verb from the present continuous tense. We can find from present continuous tense the be verb am, is, are. The be verb will be used in the passive voice according to subject. So here we have to use, after football we have to use is. And third, the main verb is changed into the past participle form. The main verb will be changed into the past participle form, and it is preceded by the correct form of the verb in the passive voice. The past participle form of play, played, played. So here we will use played. And then number 4, preposition will be used before the object of the passive voice. Preposition will be used before the object of the passive voice. So here generally by is used and another preposition can be used according to the meaning of the sentence. So in this case we will use by, and we used by. And then finally the subject of the verb in the active voice becomes the object of the verb in the passive voice. Finally, the subject of the verb of the active voice becomes the object of the verb in the passive voice. So here, subject, we have to know what is called subject. If you ask a verb with who, the answer you get is called subject. If you ask a verb with who, the answer you get is called subject. So here, if we ask in this sentence, Shuman plays football. Who plays football? Shuman plays football. The answer we get Shuman. So we have to use here Shuman. And that's all. Dear learners, I don't like to prolong my session here. And that's all for today. I would like to take a class about another topic in the next time. Till then, Allah Hafiz.